guys, my name is Jill McAllister and I am the Events and Box Office Coordinator for the town of Garner, North Carolina, otherwise known as your friendly neighborhood Christmas parade organizer. We decided to put together this video for you today so you have a better understanding of where to go and what to do on the day of the parade, whether you are in the parade itself or you have a loved one that's in the parade. First and foremost, the parade takes part on Saturday, December 3rd, 2016. And we staged the entire parade here on the streets surrounding the Garner Performing Arts Center. We're going to take you on a little tour of the area, and we're going to talk about how you get into your parade lineup, where to park, and what to do on the day of the parade. So hopefully, when it's really a little bit chaotic and kind of confusing, as all parades can be, you've got a better idea of where to go and you feel a little bit more empowered and more informed. Let's get started. Your parade day is going to begin here at the corner of Broughton Street and West Garner Road. There's two really good landmarks to help you find your way. First is the Toot and Tell Family Restaurant, which is on the west side, and Webb's Grocery Store, which is on the east side. We want you to arrive at this road between 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. on December 3rd. At 12 p.m., Broughton Street becomes a one-way road, and only people involved in the parade or residents will be allowed to enter this area. Let's move up Broughton Road just a little bit, and I'm going to show you the next part of your trip. Come on. Okay guys, so this is the part where things can get a little bit tricky. I'm standing in the middle of Broughton Street. As you drive down Broughton Street, you're going to start to notice that we have cones placed all along the middle of the road. This is just a sample, but these cones are going to start in the middle of Broughton Street and go all the way up to Powell Drive at that intersection, because we're splitting the road to send you in two different directions. If you're a parade vehicle, that means that you are actually in the parade. You're a truck driving a trailer, you are pulling a float, you're a car that is driving a pageant queen, you're a car that's riding in front of a dance troupe and playing the radio for them. You're going to want to keep to your right as you come down Broughton Street. Stay to the right of these cones and follow the road all the way around to your lineup spot. If you are dropping off a participant or you need to park and walk to your spot for the parade, you're going to stay to the left of the cones. And we do ask that even if it's a little bit trafficy here and things are backing up, please stay to the left for the safety of our parade participants, because once you get up into the lineup area, it gets really crowded and there's kids and people everywhere, and we want to make sure everyone stays safe. So once you've come down Broughton Street and you've followed your correct path, everyone still takes a right on Powell Drive, which is where I'm standing now. As you come down Powell Drive, you'll see that we'll still have this street split down the middle by cones. If you are a parade vehicle, meaning that you are actually in the parade, stay to the right side of this street and look for these stakes. They'll be all along the side of the road, and this will indicate where your parade lineup is. Your parade representative will actually get a map of where your lineup is on the week of Thanksgiving. So make sure you check in with them and you find that out before you come. When you get here, this is what you'll look for, and you'll pull right up to your stake and park until we decide that it's time to start the parade. If you are dropping off participants, you're going to stay on your left side and you're going to head to the North Garner Middle School parking lot. You're going to pull in there and you're going to look and see if there's any parking. If there is, great. You're free to park there and then get out and walk to your parade spot. If not, please drop off your parade participants in that lot. And if you have small children, make sure you have someone with you to escort them while you continue on to look for parking. If there is no parking there, after you've dropped off your participants, pull out of the North Garner Middle School lot, take a left, and head down to the corner of Avery Street and Powell. From there, you'll be able to find street parking. So that brings us to the intersection of Avery Street and Powell Drive. When you get to this intersection, you're going to notice that Avery Street is closed to everybody except for people in the parade from Avery Street all the way back to Garner Road. If you are a parade vehicle, you can take a right at Avery Street and keep looking for your stake with your number on it if you haven't found it yet. And then you can go down there to line up. If you came from the North Garner Middle School lot and you couldn't find parking after you dropped off your participant, when you get to Avery Street in Powell, take a left and you can head down for street parking, or there's additional parking in the North Garner Middle School backlots. The parade begins at Avery Street and Garner Road, takes a left onto Garner Road, a right onto New Rand Road, a right onto Main Street, and then a final right onto Benson Road. So that brings us to the end of the parade, and the parade ends right where your day began at the corner of Broughton Street and Garner Road, at the Tootentel actually. If you are in a car and you have no responsibility for walkers or a trailer or anybody else in your group, you can take a left at the Tootentel and exit the parade off of Garner Road to your west. If you have a truck or a trailer, a float, you have a car with people following you, we're going to ask that you head back to your parade lineup spot so people who have kids can pick those folks up and people can find you really easily at the end of the parade. So when you hit Broughton Street, keep going straight and go right back to where you're lined up in the first place. If you do have a group that just consists of walkers, you're free to take a right on Garner Road and go back to your lineup spot by walking through the parking lot of the Garner Performing Arts Center. We hope you found this video informative and helpful and that you have a great, safe, and fun time on the day of the parade. It's always a good time and it's a great way to kick off your holiday season. We'll see you on December 3rd. Here are a few important reminders for the parade. Arrive between 12 p.m. and 1:30 p.m. If you are driving a vehicle in the parade, be sure to have your valid driver's license and insurance information on hand. Make sure to leave plenty of space between you and the entries in front of you, around 50 feet. Drive slowly, and please watch for pedestrians and performing groups that might be stopping in front of you. Our parade does cross the railroad tracks. Please do not stop on the railroad tracks. If necessary, stop before the tracks and wait until you're sure there's adequate space for you to keep going on the opposite side. Please do not throw candy from vehicles or floats. We ask that if you are giving out candy at the parade, that you do so by having people walk behind or beside your entry. If you have people on floats or on trailers, please make sure they're seated and they're not jumping around or standing up to wave. Please don't get off of your float in the middle of the parade to try to speak to people who are on the sides. And please keep moving at all times. If your entry is performing, you're free to stop and do performances. Please try to keep them to a maximum of 8 performance stops and make sure that those stops are no longer than 1 minute and preferably around 30 seconds. And last but not least, please remember that no pets are allowed in the parade.